The novel The Kite Runner takes place in Afghanistan and America while Afghanistan was being taken over by the Soviet Union, the Taliban, and the Northern Alliance. The main character grows up in peaceful Afghanistan for the majority of his childhood, with his father Baba and his best friend Hassan. Eventually, tensions start to rise between Soviets and Mujahideen, forcing Baba and Amir to leave and seek asylum in America. However, while Hassan was still in Afghanistan, he experienced what life was like during the war and was eventually killed by the Taliban. During this time period, many groups attempted to take over Afghanistan from the Soviets, leaving the citizens terrified in their own homeland.
Live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. CNN
2001,
right now is
the year the Twin Towers were hit by Al-Qaeda. This tragedy left America devastated. According to Matthew Morgan's book, The Impact of 9/11 on Politics and War, 9/11 was the deadliest terrorist attack in world history. 2,977 victims died, 19 hijackers were killed, and more than 6,000 others were severely injured. Although this greatly affected America, this also severely impacted the people of Afghanistan. America and its allies did everything in their power to take over, but ended up hurting civilians in the long run. The U.S. and its allies labeled the death of 31,000 civilians as collateral damage, according to Crawford's article, War-Related Death, Injury, and Displacement in Afghanistan and Pakistan, 2001 to 2004. 9/11 had a major influence on Khaled Hosseini's novel, The Kite Runner. According to the critical essay, Critique of Representation of Pashtuns and Their Cultural Values in Khaled Hosseini's The Kite Runner, the event of 9/11 has attracted many writers to write books about Afghanistan and its people, the Pashtuns. After many Americans labeled Afghanistan and other Middle Eastern countries as terrorists, there was an organized attempt by the U.S. in order to deny Pashtuns of their economic and political privileges in Afghanistan. The West started to label Muslims as terrorists, viewing all Muslims as bad.
Amir is depicted as a good Muslim in the novel because he absorbed the influence of Western culture and denied the Pashtun culture. For example, when rescuing Hassan's son Sarab from the Taliban leader Asaf, Sarab defends himself by critically injuring Asaf with a slingshot. Amir justifies Sarab's actions by stating that Asaf is a bad Muslim. Throughout the novel, Asaf is portrayed as an objectively bad human because he follows Pashtun culture and morals. However, they misrepresented Pashtuns and people who followed the Pashtun culture as extremist and anti-Western. In this way, Hosseini supports and justifies the invasion of the U.S. on Afghanistan. However, he does not expose organized violence of Americans in Afghanistan.
Although Hosseini misrepresented loyal Afghans, he did, however, convey an important message to the readers. Afghans just want liberation from their oppressors and are not Islam extremists like the world views them to be.